Hey guys, what is up? Dr. Meowmix here. Today, and for a while, we're going to be doing a few things differently. With me, I have Gribo101. Say hello.
Hey, what's up?
We're going to be doing some redstone things, and I'm not that smart with redstone, so Gribo's not only going to be teaching you guys, but teaching me, and we're going to learn how to make Connect 4.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool build. There's one part of it that it's not original of mine, which is the shift register. But we'll get to that, once we get to that. But everything else, it's all my design, and it's a very fun game to play if you build it on like servers and play with your friends.
Okay,
All right, so
so,
ready?
yeah.
All right, so first we're gonna build out the board itself, the actual Connect Four board, which is 7 wide and then 6 tall. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. They're going to be alternating spaces like this, so it's gonna be 7 of these open spaces. So here we have two. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like that. And I'm using gold block because the actual board is yellow. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Oops. 4.
I think it's better that you're using something like gold blocks besides like yellow wool because you could see where each block is.
Right. Yeah, I tried
So
first
it's
time I tried doing this, I used yellow wool and it looked
mhm.
nasty. It looked really, really bad.
Yeah, I feel like organization could get botched up. So
Well, it's not even that, it's just the yellow wool, the texture of it kind of had like I don't know, dark grades mixed into it and it just looks really dirty.
yeah, it's like if you had like a yellow marker and you mixed it with like a black marker. Like, has that ever happened to
Yeah,
you? Yeah,
exactly. Where it gets that kind of like brown, yeah,
yeah.
disgusting looking color.
That has ruined many of childhood photos of mine.
Yeah, tell
Arts
me
and
about it.
craft.
Oh, and by the way, guys, there are going to be a lot of parts on this that I am going to be using World Edit, just because it's a lot of the same stuff and it's pretty tedious. But I'll do my best to explain what I'm doing as I go along.
That's good. I remember. What was it? Almost a year ago, you were trying to teach me how to make a combination lock, and I kept on taking screenshots, and I was just lost.
Yeah,
So
I
more
just want
so
to make
for
sure I have
the
this.
more so for the viewers, it's for my own personal learning.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Redstone is once it is to some degree real circuitry,
Hmm.
so it can get pretty tricky. But once you kind of get it, you just get it. All right, so now that the front of the board is done, I have to make a little tweak. I'm going to take away the bottom part and replace it at the top, and you'll see why I'm going to do this in a sec. Okay, so now we have our board. And what we're going to do is we're going to come behind, whichever direction you want to go in, and we're going to just kind of draw a line behind it so it looks solid, it's not just peeking through. And then we're going to obviously chip away the extra blocks. Whoops. And this is mostly for aesthetics. A lot of this build actually, except for, the actual circuitry, is really about aesthetics.
Hmm.
Because some redstone people, some people that do redstone, they're kind of messy with it, but and they, if it works, it works, which is fine. But I'm just kind of OCD with it,
Yeah.
and I like it to be organized. I like it to be easy to follow.
Hmm.
So while I'm doing this tedious work, Kat, how have you been?
I've been pretty good. I'm working on an animation right now, so
Nice.
that's been like occupying all of my time for the past 3 days.
That's pretty cool. An animation for anything specifically, or just like a
Um,
hobby?
a few months ago, I did a music video type thing for Hercules Go the Distance,
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch of people, like, the video is now at like 700 odd views or something, and
Nice.
a bunch of people have been asking for a second one, and so I decided to do part of your world from The Little Mermaid, and it seemed like a easy enough thing, and then when you start getting into the uh, the way that the video is actually done, and you start realizing that you can't do a lot of things without hours and hours and hours of work if you're gonna film it
Yeah.
all in Minecraft. Like getting Sebastian the crab and flounder and stuff. It's just it could become a mess, and so
Right.
I ended up just deciding to do animation, which pretty interesting because I'm taking a class actually in that next year, well the upcoming year.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right.
that
So what you might have noticed, what I'm doing right now is I just made the actual board so far. Well, let me do this just to make it look cool. Yeah. So if you look at it from the front, it actually looks like a giant Connect Four. The only thing about this is that you can't use red and black blocks like the actual pieces. You got to
yeah
use the sand and gravel, but you know,
resource packet.
yeah,
Somebody should do that. They should make like a mini game, like a board game resource pack.
that'd be pretty interesting actually. So now,
It's
if you come back here with me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these blocks. I'm going to go all along the blue line. And if you know Connect 4, you know that the blue line is the bottom one that lets all the pieces drop down. And that's exactly what this one's going to do. If I can get the piston to face the right direction. You know what? I'm just going to bust away this line for now. Ah, I actually made a mistake. We gotta go one block back. I always seem to mess up with pistons. Thank you.
yeah, that's as far as my help can get. I don't want to really mess
Yeah.
anything up.
Ah, no, you're good. Alright, so sticky pistons along, and we're actually gonna place the blue right up against the sticky piston. We're gonna throw an inverter on top of that right now. So we're gonna keep this blue back here. This blue line that I just built for the pistons.
hmm
Sorry, I had to count the redstone. Okay. So, and we're going to place a redstone torch right there, and perfect. That's going to stay inverted like that. Let's make sure that's cool. All right, awesome. So now, these gold blocks that we have back here, these really nothing else is. They're just those placeholders, so that if you look from the front, they look solid. That's literally all they're there for.
hmm
So now what we're going to do is in between them going vertical, and I'm sorry if I'm going back and forth here.
No, it's fine.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 2 blocks back from the actual board. And we're going to go up. Right to the top and place some sticky pistons. Alternating, of course. Just like that. And we're going to break away the blocks in between. And I'm going to use my handy dandy world edit axe. Actually, let me go one over. And bam. So you're going to do that for every single one. And remember, it's not going up against the gold blocks back here. It's going
One
kind of
above
in
or one
between
below.
them.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring all of these. I should have done this first before I stacked it, but oh wells. We're going to bring it, let's go 5, just to give us some room to play around with. We're going to make it a total of 5 blocks back from the piston. And we're going to place redstone going along the 5. And now I'm going to stack it. There we go.
Magic. Oh, you didn't get the top one.
Thanks.
I got that aim with F1 on.
Yeah.
I remember one time, like a year or two ago, I was building like a little village when Creative first came out with one of my friends, and we did like the F5 twice thing, and we were in F1.
Right.
You couldn't see anything. We had like our field of
Hmm,
use at the Quake Pro, and we were viewing ourselves like at the front, and it was a mess.
that's pretty funny. All right, so now the next step, and this is kind of where things get tricky. This took me a while to figure out how to get this just right. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go now once again alternating, but behind the blue line and above it, we're gonna start with red. Whoops, there we go. Each line here is gonna be a different color. I usually just like to go in color order: red, orange, yellow, whatever.
Hmm.
And what this is gonna do is we're gonna place torches just like this, facing the dude here, the piston. Sorry. Um, and then I believe we also place. We're gonna place redstone dust on top of them also, and we're also gonna place torches on the back here because we're gonna do this a second time. Actually, we don't need it at the bottom one there. We're gonna do it a second time, right behind it.
Interesting.
Yeah. The first time I tried to build this, I did it with one, and that kind of threw everything up. So you'll see now that this whole row is pulled back.
Oh wow.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to place redstone dust on top of here. And if I just place it right at the top here. Oh, sorry. I got to place redstone dust on these guys too. There we go. Sorry. Let's try that again. Do 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 do. All right. See that? So okay. So they're all activated by
Yeah.
one of these guys. So now that that's done, and I'm just going to do one row here, just so I can copy it all later. Um, Pretty sure it's just the two. I want to make sure. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is what's called an RS Snorlatch.